Hi, this is Ushio and welcome back to Butterfly Soup 2. In the last part, we kind of followed Akasha's story for a bit, but we've switched focus onto Diya. Diya's kind of worried that she's got this big presentation in her biology class today, and also she's trying to keep her relationship with Min a secret from her mother. And yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to turn out, but first things first, biology class. Diya's stomach churns with dread as she finally walks into her biology class. It's here, the period of doom. To her surprise, she finds Min leaning against her desk, waiting for her. Huh? Why are you here? You're about to do your presentation, right? I thought I'd swing by and try to pump you up for it. Oh, thanks. How do you feel? I'm so nervous, my stomach hurts. I even forgot to eat my gummy vitamins this morning. Each day, Diya looks forward to eating 2 gummy vitamins. Min gives her hand a reassuring squeeze. It'll be okay, you gotta kill it. You're so cute. There's no way the teacher could give you a bad grade. If the teacher really graded like that, he'd be in jail. Well, if I were in charge, I'd give you an A. Anything I can do to help? Can I have a hug and a kiss? Yeah, of course. Won't people see though? It's an emergency. Min's face lights up and she eagerly envelops Diya in a tight, warm hug. Min pulls her in for a kiss, but Diya rears back when she smells cigarette smoke on her breath. Because Diya's so tall, when she doesn't want Min to kiss her, all she has to do is stand up straight. Yeah, you're smoking again? Oh, yeah. You should stop. It's bad for you. Did you ever see the DARE presentation in elementary school? They came to my class, and it was so scary I pledged to not do drugs or peer pressure forever. You don't think it looks badass? No, dare to resist drugs and violence. How do you even start doing it? Back in Florida, I mostly hung out with a group of guys who smoked, and we set things on fire and do other dangerous stuff. I'm really glad she's over here with me now. But those guys aren't here anymore, so why keep doing it? It's a pain to get the cigarettes in the first place, since stores won't sell them to people under 18, so it feels like a waste not to use them. And I thought it would make me look hot. You look hot when your hair's all messed up from kissing me. Not when your mouth tastes bad and I can't kiss you. Noelle scowls as she sits down at her desk. You're seriously still smoking? You gotta get your life in order. I don't need to hear it from you too. I don't even do it that often. Aren't you gonna be tardy for your class? The bell's gonna ring in about a minute. Ah shit, better run. Go, I'll live, probably. Tell me how it goes later. Min sprints off. Seconds later, the bell rings. Do you think she made it? Couldn't care less. Min's so cool, but I hope she stops smoking. They say people don't change, but I hope it's not true. It's too sad if it is. As another group starts presenting in front of the class, Diya wipes her clammy palms on her hoodie. We're gonna get called up any minute now. Diya, please try not to panic. When you're not speaking, you can just hide behind me if you have to. Just don't bolt off. Okay. Can I behind you too? No. No fair. How come Diya gets to but not me? There's no reason for you to. We'll look like we're doing one of those dances where everyone's standing behind one person and waving their arms. And you'd better not do that horrendous British accent. Why not? It'll be a hint. More like a hit on our grade. Accents aren't a proper example of divergent evolution. But we need stuff to spice our presentation up. It's drier than the Sahara Desert. So, this is a biology project, not a circus performance. Before Noelle can press Akasha any further, the first group finishes their presentation to scattered applause. Alright, our turn. Come on Diya, let's do this. Oh god. Diya feels like she's having an out-of-body experience as she follows Noelle and Akasha to the front of the class. As Noelle brings up their PowerPoint on the computer, Diya hides behind her and nervously looks out at the class sitting before them. I should have worn clothes that blended in with the classroom better so that no one can see me. Like beige coloured. I should have thought of that earlier. It's over. It's curtains for me. Hey everyone, we've been tasked with reviewing the patterns of macroevolution. The audience begins to nod off as soon as Noelle flicks to the slide with an essay crammed onto it in 10-point font. Let's begin with the obvious question. What is macroevolution? To understand this, we must first consider, alright, by the time Noelle is done droning through the last tome of her slide, half the classroom is asleep. Akasha shakes her head and sighs as she clicks to the first slide. It opens with an illustration of a finch's head. Alright, so, divergent evolution. An explosion sound effect plays as 5 more finches with different beak shapes blast onto the screen, jolting their classmates back awake. Okay, so what we got? Seeds, leaves, buds and fruit, insects, grubs, and the one underneath I can't see. It's when populations from a common ancestor adapt to different pressures and become more different over time. Just like how your average New Yorker talks like this, oh, the accent's different from over here. She just switched from a British accent to a New York one. I'm just going to stick with the British accent. I do believe. I'm afraid I ain't going to do that New Yorker one for you. Oh well, maybe the teacher will think it's funny. Okay. You can let this slide, Noelle. Just hold it in until after the presentation's over. Actually, accents don't count as divergent evolution. New Yorkers aren't another species from us. They're not so different they can't produce fertile offspring with other humans. But if they keep things up at this rate, that might change. Think about it. Would you reproduce to someone who talks like this? What? I don't see how that's relevant. Just admit your example is invalid already. Ah, yeah? Akasha clicks the mouse. What is this? A stock photo of a gravestone appears on the slide with the pinwheel transition. What if that was your gravestone? What then? Did you add this to the PowerPoint just to use as a comeback? The class giggles as Akasha clowns through her slides, but Diya's stomach churns as they stare at the front of the room with renewed interest. I don't want to be here. I wish I could time travel to 30 minutes from now. And with that, I pass things over to my buddy Diya. Oh no. When Diya doesn't move from her hiding spot behind Noelle, Noelle steps to the side, exposing her to the audience's view. Diya takes a deep, shaky breath before quickly rattling off the speech she's mentally rehearsed hundreds of times over the past 24 hours. Convergent evolution is an independent evolution of similar traits in species that are only distantly related. For example, giant pandas have 6 fingers and their thumbs are opposable like primates' thumbs. These similar features are called analogous structures. After barreling through the slide in a matter of seconds, Diya quickly flips to the next one, her hands shaking from nerves. Another example of convergent evolution of birds and bats. Birds and bats are 2 groups that evolved fly independently. She manages to zoom through the rest of the presentation in about a minute flat. After their classmates give them a tepid round of applause, Diya follows Noelle and Akasha back to her seat in the daze. Well, at least that's over with. It's over. I'm free. See, it wasn't so bad, was it? Actually, it was, yeah. I think I'll be quiet for the rest of the day to recover from that. Oh, yeah, that was a lot. After school. To Diya's relief, the weather clears up just in time for the baseball club meeting. Sakura goes up to bat, and Diya readies herself to catch Min's next pitch. Besides Min's signature knuckler, the only pitch she knows is a fastball. It's pretty mediocre compared to our knuckleball, so she rarely uses it, except during practice like this. Min hurls one of the fastballs to Sakura. Sakura flinches as she gets drilled on the shoulder by the baseball. Ow! Shit, oops. Are you okay over there? Yeah, I'm good. Don't think that broke anything. Walk it off. At least if this were a game, you'd get to head over to first base as consolation prize. Wait, so getting hit is like a free pass to first base? It's not free, it hurts. Sakura walks off, rubbing her shoulder. Akasha eagerly takes her place at the plate. Mina throws a pitch her way, but instead of swinging the bat, Akasha purposely leans in toward the ball. Don't do that. It narrowly misses her, and Diya manages to recover from her surprise in time to catch it. The fuck's wrong with you? I'm becoming a hit-by-pitch specialist. If I can master getting beamed as much as possible, it'll guarantee I always make it to first base. Why would you do that instead of just hitting the ball? Hitting the ball's fun. Hit B. I know you wanna. Stop making this weird. Homophobic hate crime. What? The B in LGBT stands for baseball? I'm just saying. Yeah, well, I think B's for bitch. Having lost her patience, Min beams Akasha on purpose. Ow! If you keep this up, the B in LGBT is going to stand for broken bones. Oh man, even the drum beat. After practice, Diya sings a big equipment bag over each of her shoulders and hauls them to the locker room. I'm being so helpful. I hope someone notices how many bags I'm carrying. Wow, Diya, you're carrying 2 bags at once. Thanks for helping. Diya happily heads up the hill with a spring in her step. Say, Diya, do you watch The Bachelor? Bewildered, Diya shakes her head. What is that, a show? I don't watch much TV except Sports, Animal Planet and the Discovery Channel. So when people talk about movies and shows, I usually don't know any of them. You should try it. We need more people to talk about it with. My mum and I started watching it this season. We're obsessed. What's it about? Basically, 30 women try to date the same guy at the same time. Each week the guy eliminates some of them until finally he proposes to the last one standing. My mum would definitely never watch that with me. She'd be so scandalised. Your mum likes watching shows like this? Yeah, she's the one who got into it first. She spread it to us like a virus. Now we're infected too. The way you put it makes it sound like a zombie apocalypse. I wish I had something like that with my parents. I feel like I have nothing in common with them. They don't try to get you into the things they like. Not really. For instance, I initially got into baseball because my dad's, well... Okay, there's no nice way to put this. My dad's really weird. There definitely could have been a nicer way to put that. Whenever he drives, he makes us listen to radio broadcasts of Marina games. The Marinas, you're not even from Seattle. Ichiro is an incredible player though. But he's a weirdo. The guy only decided to stay in Seattle because his dog told him to. So, I'd stay in Seattle if my dog told me to as well. He does grow on you. They're all such strange little guys. I think that's just your Stockholm Syndrome speaking. Who knows? Maybe it is. As for my mum, her thing is Madonna CDs. I could sing every word of True Blue since kindergarten. Isn't the first song about a teenage girl not wanting to get an abortion? I didn't say I understood every word. Maybe listening to all the Madonna did something to you as a little kid. Excuse me? What was that? I'll take it back. Take it back. I have no clue what kind of music my mum likes. All I know are which songs she hates on the radio. And she doesn't know what kind of music I like either, or my favourite movie, favourite colour, anything like that. I've known her my whole life, and we still don't even know basic facts about each other. That's so sad. I want to have a good relationship with my parents too. Diya listens to her teammates chat as she changes out of her baseball uniform. Oh, don't look at my hairy legs. I haven't shaved for like 2 days. You shave that often? I just do it when it starts looking gnarly. Your hair's not all coarse and gross like mine. I have to do it every other day or I start looking like a gorilla. Girls are supposed to shave? Oh? I've always wondered why no one's leg hair is really obvious except for mine. That must be the secret. Good thing I'm wearing long pants that cover up my legs. Suddenly self-conscious, Diya inspects her arm hair. Even my arm hair is pretty obvious. My hair's just all really thick and dark. There's even hair on my fingers. Is that normal? Maybe everyone's secretly judging me when they see it. It's normal. Okay, it's normal. After the club meeting, Diya gets into her mum's car with renewed determination. How was your day at school? Okay. Did the presentation go well? I think so. I'm just glad it's over. When I grow up, I'm going to find a job where I never have to talk to people. Diya's mum smiles knowingly and shakes her head. I'm the same way. I'm embarrassed of my accent, and it makes phone calls so scary. Talking to workers in stores makes me so nervous too. Me too. I wish we could write questions on a piece of paper, and they have to write their answer back too. Yeah, it'd be the best if you could just slip the paper through an opening in the wall, so they don't even know what you look like. Wow, I'm enjoying talking to my mum. I guess it's only natural that we have some things in common. I forget that sometimes. She used to do long distance running in India, and she always encouraged me to play sports because it was good for my health. Maybe I can ask her about something else that's been bothering me. Emboldened by her success, Diya speaks up as they sit at a red light. Can you get razors next time you go shopping? Razors? What for? To shave. My leg hair's really long. Diya's heart sinks as her mum wrinkles her nose with distaste. Don't do it. Shaving will make the hair grow back thicker and darker. That doesn't sound true. I'm pretty sure that's a myth. No, it's true. Shaving is a terrible idea. But all the other girls are doing it at school. That's because it's Christian culture. Our family doesn't follow those rules. Why do you want to shave so bad anyway? Are you trying to show yourself off to the boys? No. You're too young. Who's it for? Do you have a boyfriend? No. Are you sure? Look at me. Good thing I can actually answer this honestly. I'm not lying. I don't have a boyfriend. Her mum scrutinises Diya's face for a moment before turning away, seemingly satisfied. Good, because you need to focus on school. The right time to date is in college. And that's when you'll be able to find a nice boy who meets all the requirements. Requirements? What requirements? You know, just the regular ones. Someone who's Hindu like us, doesn't smoke, and has high income. Yeah, I definitely can't tell her about Min. What if I wanted to date someone different, like a non-Indian person? No, a white person wouldn't understand our culture. Plus, whites do drugs and don't know how to save money. Just remember, no BMWs, okay? No, that's so racist. I don't even want to know what she thinks of Korean people. What you want is unrealistic. How can you immigrate to a country when we're less than 1% of the population and then expect me to marry the way you did in India? It's not unrealistic. My friend Himaj's daughter did it. You're not any less pretty or smart than she is. You can find a way too. It's not that easy. I can't control who I fall in love with. If I fall in love with someone who just doesn't match your criteria, I'm not going to turn them away just for you. No, that's not right. If you marry a waste fellow, what will other people think? What does it matter what other people think? My opinion should be the most important one. No, this is bigger than just you. You have to consider how it affects everyone, like your parents. If you marry a white man, everyone will think you're self-hating Indian and your parents didn't raise you with correct values. It already looks bad enough that we let you quit Carnatic music because you wanted to play baseball. So you're asking me to give up my whole life in exchange for 10 seconds of approval from some aunties. I had to marry within my parents' requirements too. Just because you put up with mistreatment from them doesn't mean I should put up with the same thing from you. Mistreatment? I turned out perfectly fine. How could it be mistreatment? I don't think you turned out fine at all. Your way of thinking about this, that's the way of thinking from Christian countries. Indians aren't like that. They're not so selfish. Well, this isn't India. I'm American. What? You think you're white? Doesn't matter where you are, you're still Indian. You have to honour your culture. Why do I have to follow the rules of a country I've never lived in before? As long as you're under our roof, you will. This is an Indian household. Could it be that my mum thinks people don't change because she doesn't change? It's like her opinions are frozen in time, from 20 years ago, from when she left India. And they never shifted to match the world around her, they're just stuck. They spend the rest of the drive home in stony silence. Oh, that was awkward. Alright, oh god, wake up. Diya hits her the alarm and flops back into bed. Her morning routine includes lying in the bed for 10 minutes, thinking about how tired she is. Okay, we'll do that plan. Oh, sucks. Suddenly, her bedroom door squeaks open. I need to head out early today. Here, I'll put your lunch into your backpack. Diya's blood runs cold as her mum unzips her backpack. Oh, the love letter's in there. She'll see the Valentine's Day card. Diya bolts upright and snatches the backpack from her mum's grasp. I'll put it in myself. Why are you being so secretive? I can't even look in my own child's backpack anymore? Not baby. I should get to have privacy too. Diya's mum sighs as Diya puts her bagged lunch into her backpack. You know, it's really hurtful that you hide everything from me. You're so quiet. I wish you'd talk to me like my friend's kids talk to them. My friend's son even tells them about the girls he likes. He tells them everything. It makes me sad. I wish we had that kind of relationship. You think I wanted it to be like this? I didn't just decide not to talk to you all on my own. What are you going on about? How are you not able to put two and two together? I want to be able to talk to you too, but I don't feel like I can. Every time I open up to you, I regret it. You always have some bad reaction to something I say. Huh? Like what? Like the time I told you about my friend and you said I wasn't allowed to talk to her anymore? What are you talking about? That never happened. Yeah, it did after school when I was in 3rd grade. 3rd grade? You really go through life collecting pointless grudges from years ago? How can you use something I don't even remember to argue against me? How can two people perceive the same conversation so differently? To me, it was one of the worst memories of my life, one that still affects how I act around her every day. But to her, it was an uneventful car ride. I need to give a different example. You didn't only make mistakes in the past, you never changed. Like yesterday, I asked you to buy razors for me, and you lectured me about dating. I'm your mum. I'm supposed to say no when you want something that's bad for you. If your own parents won't tell you when you're doing something wrong, who will? Of course you're supposed to stop me from doing really bad things, but I feel like you think your only job as a parent is to lecture me every chance you see. Sometimes I just want to have a normal, non-negative conversation. What do you want me to do? Just to keep my opinion to myself and agree with everything you say? If I were your friend, sure, I could do that. But that's not my role. I'm your mother. I'm supposed to help you. Tears welled up in Diya's eyes from frustration. Oh, great, not now. I hate how I can't argue with anyone without crying. You think you're helping me, but all you do is give me anxiety. I feel like every time I speak to you honestly, I'm punished for it. So me speaking my mind is punishing you? How could you not allow me to say what I think? How do you think that makes me feel? Both of them freeze as the doorbell rings. It's Akasha. I can't let her see me like this. Yo. Diya flings open the door and darts past Akasha. Whoa. Homie, wait up. Diya ignores her and sprints down the sidewalk. The frenetic slap of flip-flops on concrete behind her gets louder and louder until suddenly a hand grabs her forearm. Hey, gotcha! Diya reluctantly slows to a stop and lets Akasha catch her breath. Oh, wow. Oh, what's up with you today, Usain Bolt? Got in a fight with my mum. Diya wipes her tear-straight face with a sniffle. She gave up her whole life for me. I'm the person she loves the most in the world. But we can't even have a normal conversation without hurting each other. It's just sad. It takes a few seconds for Akasha to recover enough to choke out a response. Bro, sucks. Do your parents know you're bi? Sorta. We haven't really had that conversation yet, but they definitely know I'm a little funky. How do you think they'll react when you tell them? I don't know, but they're pretty open-minded, so I think they'll get over it. Lucky. My parents will freak out if I come out, but I feel like a bad gay person for hiding it. Why? Instead of trying to educate them, I'm living a lie. Dude, it's not your job to educate your parents if it's going to ruin your life. The gays aren't going to come arrest you. It's not bad to, worry about surviving first. Sooner or later, we're going to get caught though. We're so bad at keeping things secret. And if I want to live with Min someday, that's going to be impossible to hide. Especially since we're going to move really far away. Oh, where are you going? Don't know yet, but somewhere far from her parents, so she doesn't have to see them unless she wants to. When we do that, my parents will notice I'm gone too. Yeah, but by then you'll be an adult. They won't be able to stop you from doing anything. But they'll still be really upset, and I don't want that either. They'll get over it, eventually. Dealing with Desi parents, and the 5 stages of grief, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. You don't know that. My parents aren't like yours. Do your parents really love you? Yeah. Then it's still the same. It might take ages, but they'll get over it eventually. Like in baseball speak, you're not trying to hit a home run off a single pitch. It's more like a 9-inning baseball game. You gotta be in it for the long haul and wear them down over time. Is that the best I can hope for though? I wish I were closer to my mum. But it's hard to feel loved by someone who doesn't really know you. It's like our relationship was built on air. There's nothing there, because she's always loved the version of me that doesn't exist. When they're waiting at a crosswalk, Diya takes the chance to dig a tissue out of her pocket and blow her nose. It's not even like my parents are as bad as Min's. They're not violent or abusive, and they try to support my interests. My mum was never trying to hurt me, she just doesn't know any better. In the grand scheme of things, I'm spoiled. I live in a nice house, my mum cooks me delicious food every day. But it still hurts to think about the kind of parents I could have had. Akasha smacks Diya on the back as they near the school. Come on dude, cheer up. 10,000 gay people are born every second. In the time since we left your house, 3 million gay people drew their first breath. That can't be right. If people were born that fast, the population would grow by billions every month. Where did you get the numbers from? I made them up for dramatic effect. Aha. Okay. Hey Diya, do you think it's possible for a baseball player to mould her hair into a huge bowl shape and use it to catch the ball? Sure, go for it. Diya nods. Why not? Right? It'll make fielding grounders way easier. Then we just have to lie face down on the dirt and wait for the ball to roll in. Maybe our whole team should grow out their hair and try this. I feel like between this, the gene doping and min steroids idea, the sport of baseball isn't ready for us. Akasha grimaces as they reach school campus. I have this huge cramp from chasing you earlier. I'm all sweaty now too. Not my fault. Get in shape. I'm gonna go wash up and take a tinkle. Can you not say it like that? Not say it like what? The tinkle thing. Too descriptive. Unfortunately, Akasha is already out of earshot and saunters off without answering. Okay, we had some thoughts, we had some conversations, and I think we're going to have to leave it here for the next episode. It's another day of school, and we're going to experience it next time. This is Usho signing off, and hopefully I'll see you then.